guys and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my Project Pan finale. I am doing this a week-ish early than I would have usually done it, but that is because I've majorly got success on everything that I wanted to really get success and accomplish, and the products which I haven't, I know it's not going to happen within a week anyway. So I am going to give myself one more chance and a little bit more time to accomplish those goals. But overall, I'm really happy with the progress that I have accomplished so far. So I'm going to show you the products that I do have still, which I can show you that, okay, look, these are empty. The products which I have not been able to empty, I'll still update you guys on those. And then there are certain products which I have emptied already, so I have accomplished my goals, but I put it in my empties bin, and I already filmed an empties video not that long ago actually. So if you go and watch that video, if you haven't watched it by the way already, you will be seeing the empties of those products over there. So that way you know that I have already accomplished my goals, put it in my empties, filmed the empties, and now it's kind of out of the way. So I don't have the empties to show you, but you can be rest assured that I have finished the products, and I would say it was a pretty successful project overall, along with some hiccups along the way. So I'll share those with you as well. Starting with first, I finished up all the 3 gel moisturizers which I had put in the project, and I'm very glad about that. It was not too difficult actually to accomplish, let's be very honest. The 2 which I easily finished up initially, the Conscious Chemist one and the Biotech Niacinamide Moisturizer, those there wasn't too much of product left. The only one that was a little bit harder to use up was the Lactic Alamine one, because this was almost completely full. I had used it a little bit prior to that as well, but majorly everything that I emptied is in the project, and it is now completely empty. So you can see that it's been wiped completely clean. So we did a great job when it comes to these empties. Next, let's talk about our sunscreen body lotion empties. Now I have only one empty, which is this one right here. This is the Plum Body Lovin' Hawaiian Rumba Body Lotion SPF 44, and I loved this particular sunscreen. There wasn't a lot left, so it was very easy to use up, and I did use up everything basically that I possibly could without cutting open the tube. Now the ones that I was not able to use up as easily was the VLCC sunscreen body lotion, whatever the name of this is. I have finished half of this. I don't know how well you can see, but I still have halfway more to go basically. So this is not anywhere close to being done yet. I did try to use it as much as I possibly could. And then I also have another sunscreen, which is this one right here, the Earth Rhythm Lemon Balm Butter Lotion SPF 50. Now this, I cannot see clearly how much is in here, but I feel like I've used up close to halfway of this one as well. So ideally I could be like, you know, decanting it into one and then say that, okay, I have 2 empties completely, but I didn't want to do that, because I actually like the packaging of this one a lot for travel, and I will be traveling in June, where I will be carrying both of these, probably if not more sunscreen body lotion, because I'm also going to carry for my friends. We are all going on a trip hopefully, and I'm going to need these there. So yes, I will be putting this in my second part of the video. Basically I'm rolling this into my next Project Pan. Apart from doing an update on this Project Pan, I'm also adding in some new products that I'll be working on for the next couple of months, probably till the end of September. I want to make this like a seasonal thing probably. So I could do an update in either September or October. Let's see, depending on how much progress we make on the products. But yes, these 2 products are going to go into the next Project Pan. So yes, I'm going to keep them aside for now. Let's move on into next. Okay, we have some regular body lotions. The Pilgrim one which I had showed you, I did end up using that one up. The Parachute ones I've actually ended up decluttering to my mom. For me personally, I have mentioned in other videos that the only daytime body lotion that truly works for my skin in terms of nourishing it and also not being too thick and heavy is the Joy body lotion. So the Parachute ones, I would just rather give it to her and she can use it and she can enjoy it. So those I actually did not end up using up, but I did decide to declutter it and just not go through the stress of having to use that up or having it sitting down and like lying around my collection basically. And then when it comes to body washes, I had put 2 body washes. I think these are the only 2 that I put, and unfortunately I did not end up using either of the 2, but I'll tell you why. So this one right here I started using, and my plan was to use this up within the next couple of weeks, but then around the same time that I started using this, I developed some sort of a rash, and I thought that the rash was because of this. That is why I got scared and I stopped using it, and I went back to using my Fiamma Devil's body wash, like the big one that I have, because I had just used up the mini one. So I was like, I know that this does not cause any sort of rash for me, so let me just go back to using this instead of introducing any new body wash to the picture. So the rash went away in a couple of days, and I don't think it was because of the body lotion. I think it was just like summer in general, but I've never had something like that before, so I was genuinely honestly very scared. But moving on to this, now that I started using the Fiamma Devil's body wash, the big one, I am halfway done with that and I'll be done with it soon. So once I'm done with that, I think I'm going to reintroduce this and see, hopefully I do not break into a rash again. If I do, then I will definitely declutter this and stop using it, and I will see if I can, you know, start using this one. So these 2 I'm also going to put into my next project, because I want to obviously use them and I want to have them emptied. It just did not end up happening over the summertime. Okay, the last 2 products I think to wrap up a summer project pan, and then I can move on to the products which I am going to be focusing on in the next couple of months. The last 2 products are the 2 perfumes, and I'm very happy to tell you that both the perfumes are completely empty. Can you see? I'm so happy that these 2 perfumes are completely empty. It's almost bittersweet, I would say, because I was struggling to use both of these up for years, and now they are finally empty and out of the way. I almost can't believe it, to be honest. So yes, glad to have 2 empty bottles of perfume out of my collection. And you guys probably know, if you watch my videos regularly, that I'm trying to go through my perfumes as much as I possibly can, having different scents for every single season, depending on what works for me, for my skin chemistry, and what suits the weather and the climate and all of that stuff. So yes, since I showed you my 2 perfume empties, I also want to show you the 2 perfumes that I plan to focus on in the monsoon time. The first one was my monsoon perfume of 2024. So I had to bring it back again for monsoon 2025 to basically use it up completely. This is the same bottle that I had last year, and I still have about 25 to 30% remaining in this one. I want to say, if you recognize this is from Anam Chashmawala's like beauty brand. I was going to say makeup brand, but beauty brand verified, and it is the fragrance June. It is a really beautiful, like, signature-ish scent, I want to say, and this is truly my signature scent in the monsoon time. So yeah, this is what I will be working on using up this monsoon. And since I have 4 months, I know I'm easily going to be able to use this up within the first month or 2 itself. So once this one is completely empty and out of the way, I have no doubt that I'm going to empty this one up this monsoon season. I also have a travel size fragrance. Now this was my monsoon scent years and years ago. It's Avon Little Black Dress. I have the travel spray of it, and I've had it for years. Honestly, I think I should just use it up before it completely goes bad and starts smelling off. So I want to use this one up as well, and that should also not be that difficult, to be honest. So I also put in another fragrance for the monsoon time. I think this will work well in the monsoons. I'm just not completely sure. This is Fleur Floria. I bought it when I was in the US, so it is not that old in my collection, but at the same time, that's what I want, is that I bring in a perfume, use it consistently, and then use it up. Like that is ideal case scenario. What I would like to do with all the fragrances that are in my collection is that I bring in a perfume, I use it for the entire duration that the bottle lasts, and then have an empty. I don't want to have perfume sitting around in my collection for years and years and years not being used. That is never the goal, ever. So this is the most beautiful jasmine fragrance honestly that I've ever smelled, and it is going to be a shame once I use it up, because you cannot repurchase it. Even if, like, I cannot not repurchase it because I'm not in the US. I cannot repurchase it because even when I bought this, I bought it 50% off when they were basically clearancing out their website. So I want to also try to find a fragrance that is similar to this, so that once this is out, I can go ahead and repurchase that and still have a fragrance like this in my collection, because honestly this smells so amazing. I have no idea why Fleur decided to discontinue this. No freaking clue. So that is that. Those are my perfumes which I wanted to talk about. Now, talking about some lifestyle changes, I'm going to make an entire video about this probably after filming this video, but just to quickly summarize it for you, I have started thrice in a week morning jog, cardio, running kind of a thing, and I usually do that before I shower. So that means before I do my skincare and before I put my sunscreen on, like all of those things. But that does not mean that I'm going to step out of the house without putting any sunscreen on. So I know for a fact that I'm going to be using more sunscreen on my face and more sunscreen on my body as well. So when it comes to face sunscreen, a sunscreen that I think I'll be able to use up just during the morning time when I am jogging, running, doing whatever, those kind of things, is this sunscreen right here from Pilgrim. It's their 5% niacinamide oil-free super light gel sunscreen. Now I've already reviewed this and I've told you that it kind of burns my eyes. It is not the most texturally elegant product. So I think I can just slap this on in the morning, where I don't care if my sunscreen blends in well, if the texture is good or not, like those kind of things. Okay, so I was saying that I will be using this sunscreen in the mornings, basically like that, and I think I can easily use it up within just a couple of weeks. I think it's not going to even last for an entire month, so that's going to be great. That being said, I think I'm just going to use this half the week, because I'll be doing my morning, like jogging, running, whatever, only 3 days a week, not all 6-7 days. So yeah, I think it'll maximum last a month, if that, but I'll basically be able to use it up completely and then be done with it. So that's what I ideally want, is that instead of decluttering it, I'll just use it up myself in this particular fashion. So it's not going to be my like all day sunscreen, it's just going to be what I put on in the morning for about an hour or so ish. So that is that. Then I told you that I already have 2 sunscreen body lotions that I will be using around my trip, and I also use this in the morning. Like I can also use this in the morning when I'm going for my run, jog, whatever. But I have 2 more sunscreen body lotions that I also want to use up. So I'm basically putting all 4 of them in the project, and I will take them on my trip. I will also use them when I step out in the mornings, and I will also use them day to day, like, you know, like once I come back home from the run, take a shower, get ready for work. If I'm wearing, like, you know, a top that has a shorter sleeve and my arms are exposed, a lot of times I also put on sunscreen body lotion then to have it on me the entire day. That's how I also used sunscreens over the summer as well, is wearing them all day basically. So I think that if I am using a sunscreen 2 times a day minimum, and also a lot during the vacation, I can have these 2 body lotions as well, sunscreen body lotions to be very specific, and use all of them up. So ideally my goal is that I'm able to use up all my 4 sunscreen body lotions by the end of 2025, ideally speaking. Okay, so the project is going to be till September, October. I want to at least finish 3 out of these 4, or at least have a lot of progress going on these. Like these 2, for example, are half empty, so that is what I would say is really good progress. And then if I have, you know, maybe 1 or maybe 2, but both of them are like half, then I wouldn't mind using them over the winter also, and then completely use them up by the end of the year. So my goal is ideally, but that by the end of the year, all these 4 sunscreen body lotions are out of my collection. These 2 I'm not that big of a fan of, to be honest, so that's why I want to get these out of the way as well. But I also noticed that if you don't like a sunscreen body lotion, like in terms of application, you don't reach for that often. So I want to finish up these 2 first, and then once I finish up these 2, I will focus on these 2. I hope that made sense. Okay, now the last product that I'm going to also put in the project, just because I think it'll be a fun challenge to use it up, and by putting it in the project, it's going to make it more fun and more challenging. So this Aqualogica moisturizer, yeah, right here, which is huge. It's a 200-gram size. This is the Aqualogica 5 Barrier Plus Hydra Gel Moisturizer. It is basically completely full. I have used it for sure, but there is a lot of product in here, like you can see. So I want to use this up also in the next couple of months, and I want to see how much time does it take if I'm using this every single day. How long is it going to take for me to use this up completely? So this is just a fun, challenging product that I want to put in. It's not like I want to particularly use it up. I'm currently using the Dot & Key Cica Niacinamide Gel Moisturizer. Once that one is done, I'll start using this, and I will see how long it takes for me to use it up. So we're just gonna see. Okay, so that was all the products that I wanted to put in for the monsoon time. Not specifically monsoon related, but they are just something that will fit into my lifestyle right now that I'm going to be able to use up. Some of them are monsoon specific, like I think only the perfumes are monsoon specific, nothing else is monsoon specific, to be completely honest. But yes, it's just fun to do these videos, and I don't know if you guys still enjoy this kind of content. To me, it's very old school, and I know that people used to watch and love this content back in the day. Now everything is more like, you know, short form, faster, pumping out reviews and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but I still enjoy this kind of content. And yeah, I think it's going to be really motivating for me to I know that doing the summer version of it helped me use up a lot of products. Like I used them up because they were in the project and I was challenging myself to use it up. So I feel like this time also, if I do the same thing, I'll be more motivated to use these products and I will end up using them up. So yes, wishing myself all the best for this one. And yes, you'll see an update on this in the next couple of months. But like I said, a few of these things I feel like I will use up sooner rather than later. So excited to get a head start on the project, and then with some of the other products I'll be struggling a little bit more. So that's that is it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you very soon again in another video. Until then, bye bye.